All right, so I'm coming back for round two. So if any of you came on for my live video a little bit ago, it's interesting story, but not really what I wanted to get across here today, because what I wanted to share is something a little bit more profound about moving from doubt into clarity. Here's the thing. Here's a little story. So about 7 years ago, for about 10 years, I traveled. Yorley, good to see you, brother. Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to tell a story about Peru, and Yorley, who I got to spend time with in Peru, is the first person on. So this is one of those signs that I was talking about in this last video about paying attention to the signs. But on mark with this video, this is about doubt. So when I used to go down to Peru, I used to apprentice with a shaman in the Andes, and this high shaman. So they'd take me high up into the mountains, and we'd go through a lot of these different initiations. And part of these initiations were specifically to address and work whatever pieces inside of you are resisting or not showing up in a way that supports you in profoundly growing in your life or being a beneficial presence in your life. So I'm for about my first 3 to 5 years as I was going down there, Adolfo would say to me, the shaman I worked with, he'd say, Jason, no dudar, no dudar, no dudar. Kept saying, do not doubt, do not doubt, do not doubt. And at the end of every week that I was down there, or month, or however long I was with these guys, I'd be so angry and so sick and tired of hearing Adolfo say, Jason, no dudar, no dudar. And about 5-year mark, so I'm at this initiation. He has me get in this glacier lake, and he's beating me with these sticks. And it's an initiation of form. It's like a passing of power. And I get out of the water, and he asks for an offering like a money offering to support in the transformation that just happened. And I was so angry, like all of this rage and all of this belief of any person who's ever tried to take advantage of me is trying to take my money. So I was projecting that on him. And so I gave him this money, and I'm walking away from this amazing ceremony in the middle of the Andes and in the middle of these glaciers, out of this lake, freezing my ass off, literally. And I'm walking away enraged, and in my mind I'm saying, to hell with you, you don't know me. I do not doubt. I am clear, I do not doubt. And this was at the end of the week of the work I did with Adolfo. And so I'm enraged, and really every time I went to see the shaman for the first several years, I wanted to run away, because at the end of the week I was so burnt, fried, facing so many challenging things in myself that it was always like a belief that every time at the end of the week I was never going to come back. So at the end of this week I was like, I'm never coming back. And who the hell is this guy to tell me that I don't know who I am, or that I'm continuing to doubt? I am not doubting. And so I get to Lima, and on this trip I happened to book a flight on a frequent flyer, or not a frequent flyer, but a buddy pass that was on Delta. And I go up to get my ticket, and the guest the attendant says, well, we have seats, but because you have so much luggage, we can't guarantee that you can get on. So you're going to have to wait 2 hours, sit over there, and then in 2 hours come up, and I'll let you know if you have a ticket or not. And so I go and sit down, and I'm in the Lima airport, and I'm just sitting there waiting for 2 hours, watching, just looking straight at the attendant. And minutes go by, and I start thinking, okay, I really need to get on this flight. I really need to get home. I've got a lot of things to do. I got a lot of work that I'm committed to. And I start making all of these plans of how to get on the flight. Drop my bag, leave it with friends in Lima. I was thinking of all of these kind of side doors or back doors of how to get on that flight, but not really committing to just being there or being on that flight. So about halfway through, I hear this voice in my head say, Jason, you're doubting. You're not clear. You're not really here. You're not really committed to being on that flight. You're not really committed to surrendering to what is unfolding. So I hear this voice and I go, okay, you're right. I'm doubting. I'm constantly doubting. I start laughing about all the times I've been doubting on my trips to Peru, all the times I've been doubting in my life. And so at that moment, I decide, okay, I'm going to face every doubt that comes up in my mind and address it straight on and just keep focused on, I'm getting on this flight and I'm not going to create any back doors or any other side plans or secondary plans to get on this flight. I'm going to get on with my luggage and I'm going to go. And if that doesn't happen, then I'll face that then and surrender to what is. But right now, I'm going to focus on my energies invited and can be on that flight. So this goes on for about an hour, another 40 minutes, and it's about 20 minutes before I'm going to go up to see if I have a ticket. And I see this sign with one tourist walking down, one Japanese tourist walking down with a sign, and I see this huge line of maybe 30 or 40 Japanese tourists, and they're both carrying, every one of them are carrying 2 pieces of wheeled luggage that are as tall as them. And of course, I see them walk right by me and go into the line of Delta. And I start crumbling right there, like this part of me realizing I'm not going to get on this flight. I have no hope. And as I'm going through that crumbling and all of this doubt, I catch myself again and go, Jason, you have a choice to feed the thought that you choose. You have a choice to stay in clarity. You have a choice to transform beyond doubt right now. Even in the midst of the greatest challenge or the greatest possibility that there's no way in hell you're getting on that flight, you can do it right now. Believe in this possibility. So for the next 20 minutes, as I'm watching every one of those tourists go through the line with their huge luggage, because it was a weight issue, it wasn't a seat issue, right? So I'm going, okay, so I'm just going to hold space for that and face whatever I have to face at the end of that 20 minutes. So I stay in that space and I just keep lifting the vibration. I walk up there at the end of the 20 minutes and the woman gives me a ticket and she'd already had it printed probably for 30 minutes. So I grab my ticket and I just kind of laugh. So I rush through the lines and I'm just kind of just relishing in the fact of I had a mini win there, or a really big win, because I realized beyond all the guises that there was a lot of doubt still being threaded through my mind and being threaded through my life, and I got to face it that day. So I go to wait for my flight, and we're getting on my flight, and the attendant who's there gives me a ticket, smiles, and I'm just ecstatic because now I'm on the flight. I'm happy that I got what I wanted. I'm happy that not just that I got what I wanted, but really about how I went about it. So I get to my seat, it's like 33A, or 33D, I'm in an aisle seat in the middle. And I'm like, this is just like the perfect seat. And I'm getting settled, getting my headphones on, everything's set. And one of the flight attendants come up to me and they go, Mr. Fromm? And I said, yes. And they said, come with me. And another sinking, like my heart drops. I'm like, how am I not getting on this? How am I getting kicked off this flight now? Everything went so great until now. So I'm gathering all my things and I'm now like just surrendering to, okay, well, I did the best I could. And in that moment, I'm just saying, Jason, it's okay. What you did absolutely the best you could. And now you just get to let go. So I'm in the process of letting go, still a little disappointed, but my intention is letting go. And the attendant takes me up to 1A and gives me a first class seat. So it was just all of these opportunities, all these messages from whatever you want to call the universe, just encouraging really all of us to face all of those naysayers in our own head, all of those naysayers out there, that anything is possible, that anything, if you really choose to go down a path, if you really choose a purpose, if you really choose to step up and show up for yourself and everything in your life, anything is possible, even first class on a seat where I wasn't even supposed to get on. So I invite you, I share this story because it's one of those inspiring stories that I keep reflecting back to and returning to whenever I'm going through doubt, that anything is absolutely possible. So on that note, yeah, Heather, right, yeah. So on that note, Veronica and I tomorrow are sharing a masterclass at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and we're going to share the 5 degrees of clarity, how you can step in and be absolutely clear with your purpose, with your life, with everything you choose to do in your life. We're going to be there guiding you through a process so you can walk away with one thing that is going on in your life right now that you have doubt or having concern or something around. We're going to guide you through a process so by the end of that time tomorrow, you have a clearer vision of how to step forward more profoundly, more powerfully, more lovingly, more compassionately, and really live your life to the greatest level. So where is that going to be? On diamondprocesstraining.com. If you go there and just sign in, you'll get a email inviting you into our workshop tomorrow at 11. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being here, listening, and an honor to be on this place live. Many blessings. And all of you, since I was in the middle of that story, thank you for showing up. Many blessings. Ciao for now.